On October 17th, at exactly 12:47 a.m., a late-night radio host went live on air. At 1:13 a.m., he said, "I can see him now," and then the broadcast cut. The station blamed a technical malfunction. But here's what they never explained. Why did the emergency backup recorder capture breathing long after the signal went dead? And why was the studio door locked from the inside when police arrived? Tonight, we open the file of the midnight radio signal. Turn the lights off. Because this one was never officially explained. Daniel Reeves was 38 years old. Calm voice. Smooth tone. The kind of voice that made lonely nights feel less empty. He hosted a late-night radio show called Nightline Echo, slow jazz, open phone lines, insomniacs, truck drivers. Nothing dramatic had ever happened on that show until that night. The broadcast started normally. A caller talking about insomnia. A trucker requesting an old jazz classic. A short moment of silence that engineers later noticed lasted 12 seconds longer than usual. Then the phone line blinked. Unknown caller. No caller ID. Daniel answered casually. Nightline Echo, you're live. No response, just breathing. Slow, close to the microphone. Daniel gave a soft laugh. Looks like we've got a shy caller tonight. Then the caller spoke. Low, calm, clear. You're not alone in that studio. Daniel smiled into the mic. Buddy, I'm always alone at this hour. A pause. Then the caller replied, No, you're not. Daniel shifted in his chair. You trying to creep me out? Silence. Then a faint sound in the background, not from the phone line, from inside the studio, like fabric brushing against something. Daniel stopped talking mid-sentence. You guys hearing that? In the control room, the engineer checked the system. Microphone 3 had activated. The problem, microphone 3 hadn't worked in months. It wasn't even connected to the desk Daniel was using. Daniel's voice dropped slightly. Control, did you patch something? The reply came through his headset. We didn't touch anything. Daniel turned his chair. You can hear it in the recording. The wheels roll. He inhales sharply. That's not funny. The caller was still on the line, breathing, slow, steady. And then the caller whispered, He's standing behind you. Daniel's breathing changed. Okay, enough. He looked toward the glass window separating the studio from the hallway. The hallway was always empty at night. No security guard until 2 a.m. Daniel stared at the glass. His voice softened. There's someone there. Control room checked the hallway cameras. Empty. No one. Daniel swallowed. He's not in the hallway. A long pause. Then, barely audible, he's inside. A metallic scraping sound echoed through the studio, like something brushed against a mic stand. Daniel's chair moved quickly. Who's there? No response. The caller spoke again. You shouldn't have answered. The studio lights flickered. For a split second, total darkness. Backup power kicked in. Static flooded the broadcast. Listeners later said they heard something under the static. A second voice. Not Daniel. not the caller. Something repeating, "Stay still," over and over. Daniel's breathing became uneven. "Okay, okay." His voice wasn't screaming. It was confused, like he was trying to understand what he was seeing. Then he said it. Slowly, clearly. "I can see him now." A loud thud. The microphone hit the floor. Footsteps, heavy, measured, approaching the fallen mic. The sound of breathing filled the airwaves. Not panicked breathing, calm breathing. Then silence. The signal cut. When police arrived, the front door was locked. Security system untouched. The studio door was locked from the inside. They had to force it open. Daniel was gone. No broken windows, no blood, no signs of struggle. Just the microphone on the floor and the chair facing the wall. The hallway camera footage between that time frame corrupted the caller's number. Untraceable, the official explanation. Technical malfunction. But here's the part that never made it into the news. The station had a backup recorder. Independent from the live broadcast, it kept recording for 7 minutes after the signal died. 7 full minutes. In that recording, you can hear footsteps, slow, moving around the studio, then a chair being adjusted, then someone sitting down, and at the very end, a voice. Not Daniel's, close to the microphone, whispering, "Your turn." The time slot from midnight to 2 a.m. was permanently removed. The studio was renovated. Microphone 3 was thrown away. But employees say something strange still happens sometimes. Late at night, when no one is inside, the studio light turns on by itself, and the broadcasting system briefly activates. Just for a few seconds, long enough for one sound to go out over the airwaves. Breathing, slow, calm, like someone waiting for the next call to connect. This has been another entry in Dark World Diary. If you're listening to this alone right now, check behind you, and if you would have answered that call, tell me in the comments, and subscribe to Dark World Diary, because some broadcasts don't end, they just wait for someone new to go live.